ChatGPT explained. Everything you need to know about the AI Shabo ChatGPT is changing fast. Here's everything you need to know. ChatGPT has quickly become one of the most significant tech launches since the original Apple iPhone in 2007. The Shabo is now the fastest growing consumer app in history, hitting 100 million users in only 2 months. But it's also a rapidly changing AI shapeshifter, which can make it confusing and overwhelming. That's why we've put together this regularly updated explainer to answer all your burning ChatGPT questions. What exactly can you use it for? What does ChatGPT stand for? And when will it move to the next Gen GPT-4 model? We've answered all of these questions and more below. And no, ChatGPT wasn't willing to comment on all of them either. In this guide, we'll mainly be covering OpenAI's own ChatGPT model, launched in November 2022. Since then, ChatGPT has sparked an AI arms race, with Microsoft using a form of the chatbot in its new Bing search engine and Microsoft Edge browser. Google has also responded by announcing a chatbot, tentatively described as an experimental conversational AI service, and called Google Bard. ChatGPT still holds a few advantages over the now launched Google Bard as well as other ChatGPT alternatives that we've tested, but these will just be the start of ChatGPT's rivals and offshoots. OpenAI is now offering an API, or Application Programming Interface, for developers to build its skills into other programs, along with some new plugins. In fact, Snapchat has announced a chatbot, called My AI, that runs on the latest version of OpenAI's tech, while a new learning experience called Duolingo Max runs on its new GPT-4 model. ChatGPT still holds a few advantages over the now launched Google Bard as well as other ChatGPT alternatives that we've tested, but these will just be the start of ChatGPT's rivals and offshoots. OpenAI is now offering an API, or Application Programming Interface, for developers to build its skills into other programs, along with some new plugins. In fact, Snapchat has announced a chatbot, called My AI, that runs on the latest version of OpenAI's tech, while a new learning experience called Duolingo Max What is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is an AI chatbot that was initially built on a family of large language models, LLMs, collectively known as GPT-3. OpenAI has now announced that its next-gen GPT-4 models are available. These models can understand and generate human-like answers to text prompts, because they've been trained on huge amounts of data. For example, ChatGPT's most original GPT 3.5 model was trained on 570 gigabytes of text data from the internet, which OpenAI says included books, articles, websites, and even social media. Because it's been trained on hundreds of billions of words, ChatGPT can create responses that make it seem like, in its own words, a friendly and intelligent robot. This ability to produce human-like, and frequently accurate, responses to a vast range of questions is why ChatGPT became the fastest-growing app of all time, reaching 100 million users in only 2 months. The fact that it can also generate essays, articles, and poetry has only added to its appeal and controversy in areas like education. But early users have also revealed some of ChatGPT's limitations. OpenAI says that its responses may be inaccurate, untruthful, and otherwise misleading at times. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman also admitted in December 2022 that the AI chatbot is incredibly limited, and that it's a mistake to be relying on it for anything important right now. Still, The world is currently having a ball exploring ChatGPT, and, despite the arrival of a paid ChatGPT Plus version, you can still use it for free. What does ChatGPT stand for? ChatGPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. Let's take a look at each of those words in turn. The chat naturally refers to the chatbot front-end that OpenAI has built for its GPT language model. The second and third words show that this model was created using generative pre-training, which means it's been trained on huge amounts of text data to predict the next word in a given sequence. Lastly, there's the transformer architecture, the type of neural network ChatGPT is based on. Interestingly, this transformer architecture was actually developed by Google researchers in 2017 and is particularly well suited to natural language processing tasks, like answering questions or generating text. Google was only too keen to point out its role in developing the technology during its announcement of Google Bard. But ChatGPT was the AI chatbot that took the concept mainstream, earning it another multi-billion investment from Microsoft, which said that it was as important as the invention of the PC and the Internet. When was ChatGPT released? ChatGPT was released as a research preview on November 30, 2022. A blog post casually introduced the AI chatbot to the world, with OpenAI stating that, "We've trained a model called ChatGPT which interacts in a conversational way." The interface was, as it is now, a simple text box that allowed users to answer follow-up questions. OpenAI said that the dialogue format, which you can now see in the new Bing search engine, allows ChatGPT to admit its mistakes, challenge incorrect premises, and reject inappropriate requests. ChatGPT is based on a language model from the GPT 3.5 series, which OpenAI says finished its training in early 2022. A more advanced GPT-4 model is now available to ChatGPT Plus subscribers. OpenAI did also previously release earlier GPT models in limited form. Its GPT-2 language model, for example, was announced in February 2019. But the company said it wouldn't release the fully trained model, due to our concerns about malicious applications of the technology. OpenAI also released a larger and more capable model, called GPT-3, in June 2020. But it was the full arrival of ChatGPT in November 2022 that saw the technology burst into the mainstream. How much does ChatGPT cost? ChatGPT is still available to use for free, but now also has a paid tier, after growing rumors of a ChatGPT professional tier. OpenAI said in February that it was introducing a pilot subscription plan, called ChatGPT Plus in the US. A week later, it made the subscription tier available to the rest of the world. ChatGPT Plus costs $20 per month, around £17 per astronomical unit, $30, and brings a few benefits over the free tier. It promises to give you full access to ChatGPT even during peak times, which is when you'll otherwise frequently see ChatGPT is at capacity right now, messages during downtimes. OpenAI says the ChatGPT Plus subscribers also get faster response times, which means you should get answers around 3 times quicker than the free version, although this is no slouch. And the final benefit is priority access to new features and improvements, like the experimental turbo mode that boosts response times even further. It isn't clear how long OpenAI will keep its free ChatGPT tier, but the current signs are promising. The company says, "We love our free users and will continue to offer free access to ChatGPT." Right now, the subscription is apparently helping to support free access to ChatGPT. Whether that's something that continues long-term is another matter. How does ChatGPT work? ChatGPT has been created with one main objective: to predict the next word in a sentence, based on what's typically happened in the gigabytes of text data that it's been trained on. Once you give ChatGPT a question or prompt, it passes through the AI model and the Shabo produces a response based on the information you've given and how that fits into its vast amount of training data. It's during this training that ChatGPT has learned what word, or sequence of words, typically follows the last one in a given context. For a long deep dive into this process, we recommend setting aside a few hours to read this blog post from Stephen Wolfram, creator of the Wolfram Alpha search engine, which goes under the bonnet of large language models like ChatGPT to take a peek at their inner workings. But the short answer: ChatGPT works thanks to a combination of deep learning algorithms, a dash of natural language processing, and a generous dollop of generative pre-training, which all combine to help it produce disarmingly human-like responses to text questions. Even if all it's ultimately been trained to do is fill in the next word, based on its experience of being the world's most voracious reader.